Here lies Chomutov, a town in the north of Czech Republic, and from here on August 1st we embarked on a journey to Slovakia, specifically to Bratislava for the second leg match of the UEFA Champions League qualification between the local Slovan Bratislava and Bosnian Zrinjski Mostar. In the first match in Bosnia, Slovan Bratislava emerged victorious with a 1-0 score. At 8 o'clock in the morning, we boarded a bus from Chomutov to Prague, a journey that took 2 hours. Then we embarked on a 4-hour train ride to Bratislava. Upon arriving in Bratislava, we disembarked from the train and were met with unwelcome surprise, rain and unpleasant weather. Despite the inclement condition, we set out to explore the city and the beauties of Bratislava. We visited the presidential palace and its surroundings. In front of the palace there is also a fountain of peace, and behind it lies the presidential garden, although we weren't able to enter it. Next we headed to perhaps the most famous place in Bratislava. I'm talking about Bratislava Castle, which began construction as early in the 9th century. We couldn't avoid several flights of stairs and the uphill paths. Along the way, we also discovered St. Nicholas Church, where we absorbed a bit of the spiritual atmosphere. Further on, we saw a local art in the form of the witch sculpture. After all this, we finally arrived directly beneath Bratislava Castle, or rather slightly below it. The weather continued to worsen, but since we were well equipped, or at least we know we were, we pressed on. The views, whether from top down onto city or directly onto the castle, were worth it. We couldn't resist visiting the nearby National Council of the Slovak Republic. On our way back, we circled the castle again, delighting in views of the city or the baroque garden beside the castle. As we descended, we headed to Bratislava Bridge. After that, our destination was the football stadium. During the journey to the stadium, we realized that our clothing wasn't sufficient and completely soaked. We stripped down and began to dry ourselves and even wring out our clothes under a roof. Everything was wet, including our shirts and socks, and yet the football match was still ahead of us. After a brief dying break, we set off towards the stadium again. Relief came when we spotted the tall buildings that were supposed to be located next to the stadium. Before entering the stadium, we had to admire the surroundings architecture, including the stadium itself. An interesting combination of skyscrapers and a football stadium. Fortunately, entering the stadium posed no problems. Upon stepping inside, we were greeted by the sight of this modern marvel, the National Football Stadium, also known as a tehelné pole. With a capacity of 22,500 seats, it's a model construction that opened in 2019, costs 70 million euros. Completely drenched, but happy to be at stadium, and shielded from the rain, we treated ourselves to local sausages and beer. Afterward, we calmly took our seats and waited for the actions to begin. Kick-off time was drawing near, and then it started.
Číslo 7, kapitán týmu, Toni Kroos! Číslo 36 Luka číslo 77 Alexander a číslo 88 Kylian Mbappé. Na lavičke náhradníkov zasedujú číslo 31 Martin Zrinjski, číslo 35 Adam Bruyne, číslo 5 Virgil van Dijk, číslo 6 Kevin Mbappé, číslo 8 Lionel Messi, číslo 11 Neymar Jr, číslo 15 Abdullah, číslo 18 Neymar Jr, číslo 24 Marko Tomič, číslo 26 Filip Lichy, číslo 27 Matúš Vojko a číslo 28 Cezar Botman. Tréner meška Slovan Bratislava je Vladimír Vajs starší. Spolu sme! Spolu sme! Spolu sme! Teraz si na to!
Upozorávamo na viace Zrinjskog da ne trgaju ogradu. Upozoravamo na viace Zrinjskog da ne trgaju ogradu.
After the football match, we had to wait for our bus back. With no other option, we embarked on the nighttime excursion and walked through Bratislava. We wanted to find a place to sit and wait for our bus back, but every single pub was full or closed because it was the weekend. Upon making this realization, we headed to the bus station, which exceeded our expectations. Truly beautiful. Here we stayed warm and dry, enduring until our departure. In the morning, we arrived in Prague. We were still wet and with water in our shoes. And that was our trip to Bratislava. Despite the weather and the overall challenges, we enjoyed it. The atmosphere was fantastic, and the home team Slovan Bratislava won. It was a truly remarkable experience. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comment section below what you like, what you don't like, and I'd like to hear some feedback from you. Thank you.